Good day everyone. We are group 1. We were going to discuss the traffic sign and classification of international traffic signs. Traffic signs refers to any device mounted and portable support whereby a message conveyed by means or words or symbols official installed for the purpose of regulating, warning, or guiding traffic. So, a traffic sign is a visual device that conveys a message or instruction to regulate, warn, or guide traffic. These signs are typically installed on roads, highways, and other transportation networks to ensure the safe and efficient movement of vehicles and pedestrians. They are designed using words, symbols, or a combination of both to convey their intended meaning. So, for example, a common traffic sign is the stop sign. It is an octagonal shaped red sign with the word stop written in white. This sign indicates that drivers must come to a complete stop at the intersection and yield the right of way to cross traffic or pedestrians. The clear message on the stop sign helps drivers understand the required action, ensuring safer interactions at intersections. Another example of a traffic sign is the speed limit sign. These signs display the maximum speed limit allowed in a particular area. For instance, a speed limit sign may show speed limit 40, indicating that drivers must not exceed 40 miles per hour in that zone. By providing this information, the sign helps drivers stay aware of the speed restrictions, promoting safer driving and reducing the risk of accidents. Overall, traffic signs play a vital role in maintaining order and safety on the roads. They provide clear information to drivers and pedestrians, ensuring smooth traffic flow and preventing potential hazards.
Functions of traffic signs. First, control traffic or traffic control. This is supervision of the movement of people, goods, or vehicles to ensure efficiency and safety. Example, road signs. Road signs are one of the most important traffic control equipment used to divert vehicles, display speed limits, and inform drivers when they must stop. Number 2. To safeguard the flow of traffic. One of the primary ways to safeguard roads and enhance traffic flows is through regular maintenance of road infrastructure. This includes repairing potholes, resurfacing worn-out sections, and maintaining proper signage and road markings. Timely maintenance ensures that roads maintain in good condition, reducing the risk of accident and providing a comfortable driving experience. Next, number 3. To expedite the traffic. Expedite, it is a term most frequently used by air traffic control and is usually to encourage a pilot to hasten their action. An example of where this might happen may be if you has the expedite the runway after landing so as to move out of the way and vacate for the incoming traffic. Last, number 4. Guide the traffic and motorists. Example, channelizing devices used to guide motorists and pedestrians safely away from, around, or through the work zone. May also be used to separate traffic traveling in opposite directions.
So I'm Angel V. Barcoma. I will be reporting the brief history about traffic signs. On June 6, 1973, the Philippine True Presidential Decree 207 declared as a part of the law of the Philippines the UN Vienna Convention on Road Traffic Signs, Markings, and Signals. The participating countries to those convention to which the Philippines is a signatory have agreed to accept the system of traffic, road signs, signals, and symbols, and road marking described in said convention, and to adopt the same to facilitate international road traffic and to increase road safety. Malaki ang kakulangan ng mga road signs sa Pilipinas kumpara sa ibang bansa na ang ilan ay pinunturahan sa tabla o tarpaulin. Ang kakulangan ng visibility na ito ay maaring makapekto sa mga motorista sa legal na paraan dahil ang ilang sasakyan ay pinagbabawal sa ilang uri ng mga kalsada nang walang mga babalang palatandaan. Inaasahan ng bansa na malalaman ng mga driver ang klasifikasyon ng bawat kalsada sa Pilipinas na malamang na imposible ang Pilipinas ay lumagda sa isang kasunduan upang maging isang contracting party sa parehong Vienna Convention on Road Traffic at ang Vienna Convention on Road Signs and Signals na pinagtibay ng Presidential Decree No. 207 noong 1973 na ginawa itong bahagi ng Batas ng Lupa. Ang kakulangan ng mga palatandaan sa kalsada ay maaaring makapekto sa mga legal na karapatan ng mga motorista.
Our report today is about international signs as explained in the Vienna Convention. The system, signs, and signals which it has prescribed is the base on the use of shapes and colors, characteristics of each class sign, whenever possible on the use of graphics, symbols, rather than inscription, which few exceptions, one of which is the stop signs of the limited states. It has been adopted very likely because it has understood practically by every motorist regardless of the nationalities. Katulad ng pinaliwanag sa Vienna Convention, ang sign at signals ng sistema na inilagay nito ay batay sa paggamit ng mga hugis at kulay, mga katangian na bawat class sign hanggat maaari sa paggamit ng mga graphic na simbolo sa halip na inscription na may ilang mga inception na isa ay ang mga stop signs ng limited states. Malamang na pinagtibay ito dahil halos naiintindihan ito ng mga bawat motorista anuman ang mga nasyonalidad. And these basic signs shapes are rounds and red signs. Ito ay kinokontrol ng paggalaw ng pagliko at pagdaan ng mga trapiko sa mga trapiko. Number 2, round and black yellow signs. Isang babala na papalapit sa pawiran ng riles. Equilateral triangle red signs. Oh, really? Joke. Ang karatula sa intersection na pagturo sa mga driver na ibigay ang gabi ng daan sa mga sasakyan sa kalsadang tinatawid. Eight-sided octagonal red and white stop signs. Ang pinakasikat at naiintindihang sign ng lahat ng mga ito ay at kulay. Triangle red and black signs approaching a danger zone. Isang danger zone at delikadong paliko-liko at iba pa.
Red circles generally give a mandatory instruction such as speed limits. The blank sign with the red border means that all vehicles are prohibited except for pedal cycles, which must be pushed by pedestrians. Round and black yellow sign. It is advance warning sign that means a railroad truck will cross the roadway ahead. Equilateral triangle red sign. Signs alert you to hazards such as bends, crossroads, dual carriageways, and roundabouts.
Number 4, 8-sided octagonal red and white stop sign. The most popular and understood sign by all languages and colors. Ito ay isang stop sign na nangungulugan na dapat ay huminto ka na bago pumasok sa mga intersection o mga tawiran o magmaneho lampas sa puting stop line. Example na lang sa mga crosswalk. Number 5, triangle red and black sign. Approaching a danger zone, hill, slope, winding road, and others. Ang ibig sabihin naman ito ay dapat mong bawasan ang bilis kapag papalapit ka na sa isang mga intersection. Magbigay ng right of way. Example, pag liko-liko ang mga daan o delikado ang mga daanan, kailangan hindi mo bilisan ang pagmamaneho mo.
So, dito naman classification of international traffic signs. Merong ditong danger warning sign, regulatory signs, and informative signs. So, number 1, warning danger signs. Danger warning sign is an equilateral triangle having one side horizontal and the opposite vertex about it. The ground is white or yellow and the word is red. This sign is used to warn motorists of potentially hazardous conditions on or adjacent to the road.
So the first one is sharp curve to the right and sharp curve to the left. So a double curve right then left signs warns driver that the road will curve to the right and then to the left. So ibig sabihin, kailangan mong bagalan yung speed ng vehicle and do not pass other vehicles. So next is road bends to the right and road bends to the left. So the sign is placed on the road to warn the drivers about an upcoming turn. So depending on the direction of the arrow, so the driver should either turn left or right. So this sign is usually placed before a sharp turn in the road. So next is warning for a crossroad with a sharp side on the right and warning for a crossroad with a sharp side on the left. So meaning to say, a crossroad signs means there is an intersection ahead with the traffic approaching from the left, right, and straight ahead. So you must therefore prepare to stop to give the right way to traffic even if there are no traffic lights. So stop signs or give way sign, the major road will always has the right of way, but if you're driving on the major road of an intersection, don't go past intersections without precaution. Reduce your speed or even stop when necessary. So the next one is warning for a crossroad with a side road on the right and warning for a crossroad with a side road on the left. So meaning to say, stop and give way to all drivers. Stop and give way ahead. A warning for uncontrolled crossroad. And the next one is warning U-turn. So let drivers know when and where U-turns are permitted. With well-placed U-turns, prevent U-turns in your driveway or on crowded streets with a U-turn sign. Signs help you warn people about upcoming turns or instruct drivers when to yield to U-turns. And the next one is warning for a double curve, first right, then left. And warning for a double curve, first left, then right. So ibig sabihin, slow down and prepare to navigate through the set of the curves, right and left sharp turn. Is warning for double sharp curves, first right, then left. And warning for double sharp curves, first left, then right. So this signs means there is a sharp curve ahead to the left or right. So action to take. When you see these signs, expect an oncoming traffic or danger, so slow down. Your speed should be based on how sharp the curve is and on your local visibility. So, is if the road is banked or not.
Good day everyone, I'm Trisha May Antolin. I will be continuing the warning signs report. Warning for uncontrolled Y crossroad and uncontrolled crossroad ahead. It is important to let us know that the three-way road intersection are of equal importance. It indicates that the Y intersection sign warns driver that a Y-shaped intersection is ahead. And a crossroad warning sign warns driver that another road crosses the main highway ahead. Next is warning for narrowing and road narrows ahead. It indicates that the road ahead will not be as wide as the road they're currently on. Next is give way to all drivers and give way ahead. The sign indicates that the motorists driving into or across a road have a duty to give way to the moving traffic from both sides. Next is stop and give way to all drivers and stop and give way ahead. It indicates that drivers must stop at designated stop line. No parking within 6 meters. Give way sign yield to the vehicles on right side of intersection. Next is warning for a traffic light and warning for a steep descent. The warning traffic light is a sign to warn road users of upcoming traffic lights and also enabling users of road to prepare to stop their vehicles. And the step descent are found on hilly road. It indicates that there is a step descent ahead and drivers should get ready by putting the vehicle in relevant gear. Next is warning for falling rocks and warning for a slippery road surface. It indicates that the falling rocks that may endanger the life of the driver. Next is the slippery road sign. It is posted in areas that are known to be slippery or icy in poor weathers or conditions. It indicates that the driver should slow their speed and avoid any sudden directional changes when driving on a slippery surface. Next is warning for railroad crossing with barriers and warning for a railroad crossing without barriers. Railroad crossing signs are designated to alert drivers of railroad tracks ahead. Drivers must be aware of any approaching trains from both directions and be prepared to stop if necessary. And the railroad crossing without barriers is a sign that there are no gates, barriers, attendant, or traffic lights, but will have a give way sign. You should look both ways, listen, and make sure that there is no train coming before you cross.
And next is regulatory signs. These are signs that inform road users of traffic laws and regulations, which, if disregarded, will constitute of offense. It means regulatory signs are traffic signs that regulate traffic by giving directions that must be obeyed. They are used to help road users drive safely by reinforcing traffic laws and regulations. And regulatory signs are categorized into 4 types. They are priority signs, directional signs, mandatory signs, prohibitory or restrictive signs. First is priority signs. The priority signs have an influence of the priority rules. They indicate who has priority and who should give priority. For example, is the stop signs and give way signs. Ibig sabihin po, pag nakita po natin yung stop signs, kailangan mong huminto sa stop line at maghintay hanggang makaalis yung mga sasakyang tumatawid at mga pedestrian. Kapag giveaway signs naman, ay nagpapahiwatig na dapat ay maghanda na tayong huminto upang magbigay karapatan sa ibang sasakyan na makadaan. Another example, the sign indicating priority over oncoming traffic. So, ibig sabihin, nagpapahiwatig ito na ikaw ay may prioridad kaysa sa mga sasakyang papunta sa'yo. Ibig sabihin, binibigyan ka nila ng konsiderasyon na magpatuloy o makadaan. Next is directional signs. These signs indicate the only directions in which the motorist is obliged to follow. It has a white background and black border. For example, is right turn only, left turn only, keep right, keep left. Familiar naman na siguro sa inyo yon. Then, next is the one way, do not enter. One way. So, pag sinabi nating one way, hindi mo pwedeng salubungin yung mga sasakyan na pumapasok. Sila lang ang pwedeng dumaan. Pag sinabi naman nating one way, do not enter, ibig sabihin, pinagbabawal kang dumaan. Dahil maaari kang may makasalubong doon. Then, another example, begin right-hand traffic and begin left-hand traffic. Ito yung gawin ng pamamaneho sa kaliwa at kanang bahagi ng kalsada. Tumutukoy ito sa posisyon ng driver at manibela sa loob ng isang sasakyan. At ito ay kabaliktaran ng mga terminong right-hand drive and left-hand driver. Sa mga motorists. And next,
Mandatory signs. Mandatory signs are road signs that are used to set the obligations of all traffic that uses a specific area of road. These signs must be blue and usually have a white symbol on a blue background. So, for examples of mandatory signs, speed limit signs. So, nasabi ko na to kanina. Mandatory sign indicates the maximum speed at which vehicle are allowed to travel in a particular area. For example, a sign may show the number 50 inside a red circle, indicating that the speed limit in 50 kilometers per hour. Drivers are obligated to adhere to this speed limit. So, another one, stop sign. This mandatory sign is used to indicate that drivers must come to a complete stop at the intersection before proceeding. It is typically a red octagonal sign with the word stop written in white. Failure to stop at a stop sign can result in penalties and fines. Another one, yield sign. This sign alerts drivers that they must yield the right of way to other vehicle or pedestrians. It is usually a red and white triangular sign that has the word yield written in black when approaching a yield sign. Drivers are obligated to slow down and let other traffic pass before proceeding. No entry sign. This mandatory sign prohibits entry into a specific area or direction of travel. It is a white rectangular sign with a red circle or slash symbolizing no entry or do not enter. Vehicles must not enter a road or area that is indicated by this sign. Another pedestrians crossing signs. This sign indicates the presence of a pedestrian crossing and requires drivers to yield to pedestrians who are crossing the road. It typically shows a symbol of a person working on a white background. Drivers are obligated to slow down and provide a safe passage for pedestrians at these designated areas. Last example of mandatory keep left or right sign. These signs are used on multi-lane roads to indicate the direction in which drivers must keep their vehicles. For example, a keep left sign will have an arrow pointing left, indicating that drivers must stay on the left side of the road. Failure to follow these signs can result in accidents or traffic violation. So, dito naman tayo sa prohibitory signs. Prohibitory signs indicate what is prohibited or restricted not to do, in which the motorist is obliged to obey. Prohibitory or restrictive signs shall have a white background for prohibiting or restricting standing and parking with a white red border. So, examples of prohibitory signs naman. No parking sign. This sign indicates that parking is prohibited in a certain area. It typically shows a red circle with a diagonal line crossing a black symbol of a parked car. Drivers are obliged to not park their vehicles in the designated area. Another one is no U-turn sign. This sign restricts drivers from making a U-turn at a specific location. It is usually a red circle with a black arrow. Turning in the opposite direction, drivers must obey this sign and find an alternative road to change directions. No overtaking sign. This sign prohibits drivers from overtaking or passing other vehicles on a certain stretch of road. It is a white rectangular sign with a red circle and a black arrow pointing right. Drivers must not attempt to overtake any vehicles in the area designated by this sign. So another one, no entry sign. Similar to the mandatory sign, the no entry sign also falls under the prohibitory signs category. This sign prohibits entry into a specific area or direction of travel. It is a white rectangular sign with a red circle or slash symbolizing no entry or do not enter. Vehicles are strictly prohibited from entering the area indicated by this sign. So another one example of prohibitory, no bicycle sign. This sign indicates that bicycles are prohibited in a particular area. It is a white rectangular sign with a red circle and a black bicycle symbol inside. Cyclists are obliged to do not enter the designated area. So last one, example of prohibitory sign, no smoking sign. Though not directly related to traffic rules, the no smoking sign is also a prohibitory sign. It is usually seen in public places, buildings, or vehicles, indicating that smoking is prohibited. The sign is usually a white square or rectangular sign with a red circle and a black symbol of a cigarette crossed out. People are obliged to not smoke in areas where this sign is displayed.
So, I'm Julian Basa, and I will be reporting number 3, which is informative signs. So, it is the guide or informative signs inform and advise road users about the directions, distances, routes, location of services for road users, and point of interest. So, it is also signs for information, facilities, or services shall have a blue or green background. They shall bear a white rectangle on which the symbol shall be displayed. So, ang informative signs po ay ang nagbibigay ng impormasyon patungkol sa direksyon, ruta o kung saang lugar ang iyong nais puntahan. Sa informative ay nakapaloob ang kulay green or blue background at kailangan white rectangle kung saan nakapaloob ang symbol.
Information about the direction of crossroad. A crossroad is a location where two or more roads intersect, typically forming a plus or T shape. Information about direction of roundabout. Roundabout is a circular intersection where multiple road meet and traffic flow in counterclockwise direction around a central island. Information about the next exit. Information about the next exit is typically pertain to highway and expressway. It provide details on upcoming exit or ramp that allow you to leave the highway and
provide access local road services or specific destination. Information about the destination of the ramp. Information about the destination of the ramp refers to the specific location or area that ramp will lead you to when exiting a highway or expressway.
Cycle route. Pedestrian roads extend the concept of pedestrian areas to networks in which pedestrians have a dedicated right of way. In urban areas, they are typically provided by a combination of footways, sidewalks, beside carriageways, and dedicated crossing points. A cycle path is a special path on which people can travel by bicycle separately from motor vehicles. Petrol pump and telephone booth. A gasoline pump or petrol pump is a machine at a filling station that is used to pump gasoline, petrol, diesel, or other types of liquid fuel into vehicles. Telephone booth, public callbacks, is a tiny structure furnished with a payphone and designed for a telephone user's convenience. Bus stop and dead end. Bus stop, place where a bus regularly stops, usually marked by a sign. Dead end. Dead end of a road or passage from which not exist it possible